Big Smoke, I think you would make a very excellent Saturday morning cartoon villain.
Wolverine didn't, systematically destroy you. No. When he got pissed off, pieces were flying all over the place.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, Big Smoke. I forgot. You just want to see very strong, muscular men on screen all day. I got it.
I like what I like.
That's not family friendly. That's just porn.
Oh.
Hey there, Midnighters and Moonlighters. This is your closer-in-chief with a check-in. I'm just finishing up filling out a lost and found report. Apparently somebody found what appears to be a 60s-style men's blue suit, 3-piece with tie and glasses, sitting outside of a phone booth in our parking lot. Not quite sure where the phone booth came from, but at the very least the suit will be able to fit nicely in one of our cubbies. The phone booth's gonna have to stay outside, I'm afraid. Anyways, while I finish up this report, why don't you go ahead and head on over to the break room where you can join me and the other guys as we sit down to discuss some of our favorite cartoons and caped crusaders from our childhood all the way up until present day. And hey, if you've ever had to put on that cape from time to time while at your own job, hit those like and subscribe buttons. This one's for you.
Welcome to Nightwatch, everybody. This is your closer-in-chief, joined here with the Nightwatch Security Services crew, Big Smoke,
Yee.
Jelly Green,
Hello.
and Tech.
Hello.
How you boys doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm one Red Bull down, so
Only one?
only one.
Not even like 1.5?
We're pacing. Nah. We're pacing.
I am one with the Force.
Star Wars.
Like, comment, and subscribe. And I don't know if you guys know or not, but there's a little bell on the right side, I do believe. If you hit that, you will be notified to when our videos come out and be up to date on all of our wonderful, brilliant content.
Yeah.
Hello, my fans and my nemesises. My favorite Steffi. How you doing, girl?
She was loving it. 2 episodes in a row, you remember.
Hi, Steph.
I'm always going to remember Steffi.
And I learned that from Tech. I knew about it, but I always forget to say that.
Oh, the notification bell.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying I've been posting more shorts lately. I posted up 2 last night. The first one got like 160 views, but then the second one exploded and got like 800 views in half an hour. So that was cool.
Nice.
That is very cool.
Yeah, but then it stalls out after an hour.
Stalls out,
so.
yeah.
We've got so many of them up there now. I think I got like 15 shorts now, 16 shorts up now.
They're little gasoline piles. You know, they go fast.
Well, they get slow trickle traffic in.
That's what we want.
Still getting that, and then some of these people are watching our shorts and coming to the channel and then not subscribing. But
please like, comment, and subscribe.
Please, we're a small channel. We need that free support. Just hit the subscribe button.
Just share it.
It doesn't hurt. Just press the button.
Yeah, I will admit that I was watching a video last night. It's like it's definitely a very saturated market out there, for people's attention. Not even money. Even a free thing can still eat up your attention. And then it's like I remember back in the day whenever I first got on YouTube, I actually had an account set up and not just every once in a while poking in. But you go through and you scroll through your feed, and you would eventually hit the end of like new videos. It's just all right, you're caught up for the day. It'll tell you a little message. And now it's like the 24-hour news cycle, man. It's just you keep swiping, they'll keep showing you something. There's something out there for everyone, and a little too much for everyone.
What we need to start doing is going. If we get 1,000 likes, Jolly Green and Chief are gonna bare knuckle bro. So we're gonna run a bear and we're gonna wrestle it.
Buy the pay-per-view.
Right?
Yeah.
No. No.
Our integrity is more important than that.
Yeah, I mean that's really like I keep getting all these advice videos. It's like basically you want to run the clickbaity titles, ask like big bold questions like who's gonna win in the fight, this is that. It's like that's not what this is. That's not what this kind of show is. I wanted those nice classy creative titles and such. I have fun making those up. I'm not doing it just for the clicks. You know what I mean? I want our content by its own merit to earn your click, to earn your subscribe, to earn your listening time. we got to have that value, you know. So quality content, when we're in here making up facts that have no verisimilitude, you know, getting dates of things wrong, and, you know, misnaming battles and such, and, you know, pronouncing words wrong and whatnot. You know,
I like making friends mad. I do. I like making them mad to the point where they'll call or text me and say, "Hey, dude, that was screwed up what you said." And I'm like, "Wait," when I said it. 46 minutes, 3 seconds in. Like, what? Jesus Christ.
Man, you were really
really focused.
That's really effective, Jay.
God, man.
Got that timestamp, man.
I was like, yeah. I know. What did I fucking say? 46.
You are a flame war general.
And then I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah, that was pretty incendiary. Okay, I get you.
2 minutes, 34 seconds in. Why did you say all women get ready?
Like, Jesus, man. I'm like, okay. You know. And I'm not saying this just because a friend told me. Yeah, sure, friend told you this. And they probably explained it to you with the same amount of passion that you're yelling at me over the phone with. Okay. I'm with you, you know. And until next time, it's never going to happen again. It's never going to happen again, all right? Stay tuned.
You know what, Big Smoke? I think you would make a very excellent Saturday morning cartoon villain. Just diabolically plotting and planning and scheming of how you're gonna just not take over the world, but just annoy all the superheroes into submission. You know,
I think I could be Pinky in the Brain.
Oh, I was thinking like Cobra Commander, but you know, that's...
No, Cobra Commander. That dude was an idiot. I'm gonna be the genius who wants to take over the world and actually come close to it every freaking night.
So like a Lex Luthor type.
Yeah, I want to be a Lex Luthor type. I want some perks. Cobra Commander seems to be like the biggest idiot in charge of a whole bunch of idiots. Nah, I like Pinky. He has only one idiot who does absolutely what he's told.
Speaking of, you ever hear the fan theory that Pinky was actually a genius too, but was specifically just constantly undermining the Brain in order to keep him from actually succeeding in world domination?
I think I saw something to that effect, but I don't.
Because it was always Pinky's fault. So, you know, some little, you know, misplaced step or whatever and not following the directions or accidentally bumping something off a shelf, and they would just throw the whole thing off.
I actually cracked up because they actually had one episode where Pinky succeeded in taking over the world, and then he just...
Brain did.
It was Brain, Brain ended up taking over the world, and he didn't like it. Everything was not like exciting anymore.
He took away his drive.
Right, yeah. I've succeeded, but where do I go from here?
Yeah, now what? You know, I thought that was the funniest thing.
It's like the Joker. It's like a dog chasing a car. You know?
Yeah, he's like, why would I? Yeah, I'd be bored. Why would I kill you?
What's messed up is that my kids were watching that show, and then I got into the show. And then after a while, I was like, they stopped watching the show, and I'm like, "Hey, did you record Pinky in the Brain?" And they're like, "No." Like, why? I told you to record that shit, Dad. I don't like it anymore. Okay, well, just record it. Just you know, my reasons. Just record it. I didn't want to say that I want to watch the cartoon. Record the damn show. You know? And then of course they didn't do that because they're kids, so I ended up having it on the DL. Record the show and then
schedule the TiVo.
And then on the DL watch the show because I didn't want my kids to know that I'm still watching cartoons. Yeah, it's terrible, man.
Such a good dad. I gotta order what I need to talk to my parents at some point and see what shows that they secretly got hooked into. That
I already know on mine.
Oh yeah, your dad. Would be sitting there watching shit with us. No shame.
Oh yeah, my dad used to watch Ed and Eddy. Cat Dog was his favorite.
Oh,
when it came to that channel.
Really,
Cat
his
Dog.
favorite.
Yes.
Okay.
Couldn't stand that show. Cat Dog.
Enough that he actually came in one time from working on a vehicle in the garage, way when I was littler. He came in. It was when the movie came out.
Okay.
That explained their origin, and he just wanted to know how they came to be. So he came in, actually sat and watched the whole movie. Yeah.
That's dedication.
Oh, yeah.
No, my mom, my dad didn't like cartoons. He liked the news. He used to like watching. And the worse the news was, the better. And if it happened to Republicans, the better. But my mom loved cartoons. She used to watch this one cartoon. It was called Battle of the Planets or something like that. It was like these teenagers. They all dressed up like birds, of certain kind of birds. One had blue. It was like a blue bird with a beak, and then the other one had a yellow, and this other one, he was the strong bird, and then there was this other bird. I guess he was a hawk or a peregrine falcon, and he was the gun bunny. He was always pushing the button to shoot something. And then there was the white bird, and he was like the captain of all the other birds. And then we had one who
Power
actually,
Rangers.
They came out before the Power Rangers, but they would do this like almost like a Voltron. They would get on top of each other's shoulders, and then they do this twirl thing, and then they would attack the bad guy. But it was so powerful, they would lose control and they'd spin off. And my mom loved it. She loved it, and it was funny because my mom was like emotionally involved with the top guy. He's like, oh, he's so handsome. Like, and we're all looking at her like, we're all kidding. It's a cartoon, Mom. Ew, you know. She thought he was the handsome guy. I didn't get it back then, but I was like in single digits. Nobody understood what went through a woman's mind at 6. But she loved that show.
It's cartoonish. I guess it's not. Big Max, Betamax, or whatever that is. That big guy.
Baymax?
Yeah, the mom on there.
6?
I like how they read the mom on there. She like puts her hands on the table and her tits are out. And they went back and they censored it and gave her a little bit more shirt.
Which
no. So
is this,
he's
guys?
talking about Big Hero 6.
Thank you.
And there is a clipped image of a scene of Aunt Cass leaning up against the counter, and then somebody took that image, photoshopped it into her having this massive heaving bosom and cleavage exposed through the shirt and everything, but that wasn't actually in the movie. They didn't go back and censor it. Somebody on the internet being,
in my head, she had big.
That's not family friendly. That's just porn.
Oh, that's what it was.
But yeah, so also Big Hero 6 came out a while ago, but that wasn't our childhood.
That was one movie too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That wasn't a TV show.
Yeah, we're talking about cartoons.
It's like 20.
You know what's on my mind?
2016.
You know what's on my mind
when
now?
that came out, I believe.
What? Big Hero 6 came out in 2016?
I think that sounds about right. Big Hero 2014. Very close. But yeah, that was still 4 years after graduating, so that's 3 years, 4 years. Yeah. So, but yeah, not a cartoon. So, backtracking to cartoons, what was your favorite cartoon, John?
My favorite cartoon was Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Yeah, we were discussing before how it's like the three of us are all around the same age. With Big Smoke, you got 20 years on us, so it's like there's going to be three of us that remember certain cartoons that are all going to be the same for us, but for you it's going to to be
go ahead, man, swing it. I mean, I got the old stuff.
But so Ed and Eddy, I mean, when I brought up the topic at work, everybody's like, oh yeah, this and Ed and Eddy, you got to talk about it. Like, yeah, everybody loves Ed and Eddy. I think that was just everybody's fucking.
I love Double D. I always wanted to be Double D.
So you want to be the smart Ed boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also the dorky one, So why do they always have to make the smart one the dorky one?
Okay, which one of them didn't talk until like the last few seconds of the show?
Well,
that's Land Before Time.
No, that was a great show. I don't know what you're talking about.
Land Before Time, it was.
Ed, the big one, he talked less, but there was still plenty of episodes where when he was like the central character.
Oh yeah, he had his moments.
Yeah.
I'm a woodpecker just with
buttered
dirt.
Toast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the one where he had the rock in his shoe and he's just going through terrorizing and tearing apart the whole town.
Ripping a stump out of the ground and shit. Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with him, but that can't be healthy. He like ate his bed out of frustration or some shit. Just over the top absurdity. Absolutely loved it all.
So you guys were like around for that Fairly Odd Parents and stuff like that?
Yes.
That was a little after,
I like that too.
But yeah, early seasons for sure, definitely.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, I remember the one Arnold Schwarzenegger knockoff fairy that was just, the green tank top, green tank top,
the drill instructor.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ed and Eddy, it's kind of got squashed, but I maybe a year or two ago, I looked up, they're supposed to come out with like a spin-off
Oh, you mean Peach Creek?
Peach Creek, yeah. I don't know
so
if
it was
it's still...
someone's private project on YouTube.
Yeah, yep.
Yes.
Is it still going on, or
no? It wasn't necessarily that they got a cease and desist or anything like that. It was only being done by, I believe, like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
And between animating it, editing it, uploading it, and just
they couldn't get
writing
it off the ground.
They couldn't, yeah. Like, I believe they tried a small stint of a Patreon for it, but it died off rather quick. It was good, though. Like, it explained what went on with them in their older years after high school.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if you ever seen it.
No. It sounds like kind of what they did with...
Rugrats.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Rugrats.
Yeah. Hey, that's another one, dude. Rugrats. The wife and I were watching Rugrats more than the kids were. We were like... Yeah, we were sitting there trying to intellectualize. Is this really happening? Or is this imagination gone wild? Like, pretty sure it's imagination gone wild, babe. Really? You mean that box was the space? It had to be. Ain't no way these kids are flying around in space in this box.
Yeah, that was kind of always that thing. It was like, all right, this world of the Rugrats is the young children's imaginations and like their perspective of the world, their perception of the world, and it was very fun storytelling because it was very relatable, especially as a kid that had a massive imagination. I mean, I was. I've always been this way, just zoned out in my own little world. At this point, I've grown to about 6 active worlds in my imagination at any given time that I can just kind of dial into. Different worlds I've built. And
we're trying to figure that shit out. Like, what the crap are we watching? And then we just got so into it, and the kids got into other shit, and we were like, wow, what's the next episode, And then, I don't know, years later, I just, in passing, when I couldn't bypass commercials, I saw this Rugrats, the teenage years. I'm like, what? And the kids still got the same fucked up braces. I'm like, what the hell, kid? Why? Can we at least?
Chucky.
Yeah, can we at least give the kids some veneers or something? Like, come on,
let puberty hit him like a freight train in a good way. Make him the handsome one afterwards, or something.
I think I watched like one episode. That was all. I was one and down. Okay, this is fugazi. I'm not watching this shit. I'm too old for this shit.
I think my favorite, if I had to pick one, actually, shit. Sorry, I kind of stymied myself because it's like, on the one hand, I had the X-Men cartoon when I was growing up. I know that technically was a bit before my time, but I caught all the reruns.
I would still play it.
I caught the reruns.
My time.
Yeah, but like I told you before too, I had X-Men, the original cartoon series, and then there was also X-Men Evolution, which you hated, but that was the one I grew up with.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a purist. I didn't like any changes to what I grew up on. So all this new shit that came out, the cartoons, the fan fiction, heck, even X-Men 1. I was like, Hugh Jackson? Nah, that motherfucker's too skinny to be Wolverine. What the hell? I mean, okay, I can get past the whole 6 foot tall shit. I'm like, wow, this dude is huge. But he's a toothpick. How am I supposed to be intimidated by this guy? He's a toothpick. And he was much too controlled. Wolverine didn't systematically destroy you. No. When he got pissed off, pieces were flying all over the place. He cut you down.
Oh, it's a feral rage. Yeah.
There was a reason why they call it Berserker Barrage. Because when the claws came out, say goodbye. Because, but, they nerfed him a little.
They had to make it look good on screen and for a different kind of audience.
Yeah, they nerfed him. And then, by the time X2 came out, I think he got enough hate mail to go, hey, look, dude, you're going to have to add a couple more pounds of muscle. Yeah,
and he did.
Yeah, and he shot the steroids. He did what he had to do. He jacked up.
Okay. Hugh Jackman got jacked, man.
Okay. That did it. And he growled a little more, and they made his fur he was a little more furry in the face. One of the few times where I can say they actually listened a little bit. I still don't like what they did with Nightcrawler. I don't like what they did to him.
Yeah, it's fair. He was supposed to be fuzzy, not just blue skinned.
Yeah, and they made him. They simplified. They simped this guy.
He looks too much like Beast though.
Well,
with the fur.
Well, they don't go. Well, they do later. They don't go too deep on what exactly he is. He's basically half demon. really want to get deep into it, he's a demon, you know.
Yeah, I mean, his original character was very like specifically noted as smelling like brimstone all the time.
Whenever he teleport himself through dimensions, there was a smell of rotten eggs.
Yeah, because he was literally going through the hell dimension to teleport.
And you were going through hell with him. If he ever grabbed you and took you through that shit, he'd save your life, but you felt like you died in the process.
Yeah, but he had that spear-pointed tail and the fangs and everything else. Yeah, it was supposed to be. It was Mephistopheles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like in his bloodline. I don't know if it was his direct father or if that was
his direct dad, and depending on what you read,
which version?
Mystique is his mom.
Yeah.
So and he's really nothing more than an anchor to the dimension. Just so that other dude, the head demon, can actually spend more time on Earth to fuck shit up. Yeah. So he's all around banging all these chicks and creating these babies. So supposedly Nightcrawler isn't the only one or the only,
You got some brothers and sisters out there.
Yeah. Circle that drain.
But so my other big pick though, and probably arguably my number one pick only because I still watch it to this day, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of I love the show. I do. I love it. But then you start to overthink it and going, okay, this is a love affair between barely over teenagers.
It was teenage characters. But the show wasn't focused on the love affair.
No, it wasn't focused on
it was two characters that, in a very healthy way over time, built up a relationship out of shared trauma and go through a crisis together and stuff. But they built up something.
That's Asian trope. Everything's built over a long time in the Asian trope.
Well, the whole Avatar: The Last Airbender series, I think, like 2.5 years, 3 years, the entire series takes place over.
No.
Even with the time jumps. No.
1 year?
No, because there was a 6-month gap just in between them finding out about Sozin's Comet and then Sozin's Comet happening.
I'm pretty sure it's a year.
I will fact check, but it is more than a
year.
Already
fact checking. You always fact check whenever we disagree or something. Halfway into the disagreement, you're already looking to that phone and fact checking.
Let him have this.
He's like, I'm fact checking this shit.
It's taken an awful long time to find out just a year.
Well, because I tried to quick search it of just timeline.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's trying to give me the entire, from the beginning of the Avatar cycle all the way through.
Thought he had only like 1 year to learn that shit. He was fast learning. Oh, that was a good show, though.
Like, I watched through it. It's not a show that I could sit and then rewatch. I tried.
No. I got the entire series, and I've only watched through once since I've had it. And I got the other series, and I haven't watched that even once because I really didn't like her. I mean,
Korra?
I actually like the bad guy, the Airbender. That dude, because that dude was ruthless. That guy killed you straight up by sucking the air out of your body. I mean, I love that guy, and he was so dedicated. He was so dedicated. He didn't even have to bend. He was just in a state of airbending all the time, where they had to chain him so he wouldn't fly away. I was like, that's insane power. And they're guarding him, and he's just sitting there floating and meditating. Because you knew he was going. I mean, I really wanted where he got out.
the thing of that is like you get the big bad, you restrain him and everything. Why would you let him sit and meditate? You would be in to me, if you're that much of a threat to the world as a whole, you are going to be in the most awful position that the only thing your brain comprehends is pain. You have no reason to be able to meditate and think on how you're getting out of this.
Okay. Same thing in the original series when when they imprisoned Iroh. This dude was the dragon.
Yes.
They called this guy the dragon. Then you think you're just going to lock him up? This dude was working out. He was jacked out by the time he left prison.
And no one noticed.
Okay.
Not a soul.
I was wrong. You were right. It was 9 months total. Moving into the more fun stuff. Fuck it. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole series. Was fucking Iroh getting jacked in prison and fucking coming out just ripping through shit, man. That was awesome.
Totally shocked as the guards were like, he just blew the wall away. Of course, the dude's a firebender extreme.
Well, and he's just like, when the guards come through and he's sitting there, he's got the pillow tucked under his shirt, pretending to still be fat and like a drooling idiot and everything, and then it's just like cuts away and he's doing one-arm pull-ups in the fucking table. Oh, that was so fucking awesome. But yeah, Uncle Iroh, hands down, one of my favorite characters of the entire series.
I was going to say, Zuko and him I loved that whole... Yeah.
Zuko had a great arc.
Yes, his dynamic with his uncle really set that.
I love that, yeah.
You know, but I wouldn't say that Zuko is my favorite character.
Definitely not.
Not even in my top 3.
It'd be his uncle for sure, but I just love their whole... Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really been into the edgy characters, right? I was, not a Vegeta fan, not a Sasuke fan when it comes to anime stuff, not a Batman fan, really. I mean, he's a cool character, but I don't like the edgy, brooding, fucking character types.
I like Batman when he was stern, but he was empathetic. There was this one episode. I got to admit, Big Smoke cried. Because he was going after this one telekinetic girl.
I know what you're talking about, I think.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows that episode.
And he goes and sits next to her on the swing.
And they were like, there's no way we can get to her, but you're Batman. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can figure out a way to kill this girl. You gotta kill her, because if you don't, she's gonna blow up everything.
She was rewriting the universe.
She was rewriting reality.
Yeah.
And he just basically walked up to her and talked to her. Mm-hmm. And she's like, you're not going to try to kill me, are you? He says, no, I'm not going to try to kill you. And she's like, could you just stay with me until the end? Mm-hmm. And that was his contingency plan, just to hold her until she died. And I'm like, fuck, what is this in my eyes? What is this? Oh, God, I'm crying. Oh, God, this is so sad.
What is this liquid coming from my eyes?
What is this, feelings? Oh, so painful.
That day, Big Smoke's heart grew 3 times bigger.
And immediately shrank 6, collapsing into a black hole.
I'm serious, man.
I will never feel this kind of pain again.
Turn this shit off. This is seriously bad for me.
Oh, what was that? All I can think of is like there was some character that never cried, but it's like it finally moved them to a tear. It's like one gelatinous, coagulated fucking tear that started. The concept of like this character never cried, never let it out.
Dusty ass tear.
It was just like just this ancient coagulated, almost like molasses. That was like
that was probably one of my favorite Batman episodes. That messed me up, because there was no beating up, there's no fighting, none of that. It
was very real.
Yeah, I understand what you're going through, and I'm here for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, if anybody knows a traumatic event and when you're a child, that was kind of always something that I did appreciate about the Batman series. Is like, Batman is who he is to the villains, but when it comes to children especially, man, like, is that I mean, not even necessarily just villain. I mean, he treats his villains pretty respectfully too.
Yeah, he understands that they're coming out of a place of hurt of their own. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's Harley why Quinn is basically Stockholm syndrome personified.
Yeah.
Her specifically, I remember there was that bit that I can't remember which episode specifically it was from, but I always keep seeing the scene over and over again. And it was like, she's like, "What? Why did you help me out?" And he's like, "Well, things could have been a lot different for me. I could have gone a villain route. I had a really bad day once. So I was, he was like connecting with her of, knowing that something traumatic happened to her. Mm-hmm. She's not necessarily a bad person, but this is the resulting effect of said trauma."
Speaking on how you're talking about that is also why the only villain, I believe there's only a handful, not even more than 5 villains that Batman will call by their villain personaed name. Like, he calls the Joker. Mm-hmm. I believe there's only a handful of times where he's called Scarecrow. But he uses their real name, like he calls Harley Quinn Harley Quinzel, because it's her name.
Right. Okay,
because he believes that they can still change. He doesn't want to dehumanize them.
And he calls Two-Face Harvey.
Yes.
Well, because Bruce Wayne and Harvey Dent were friends too, as well. Mm-hmm. So there's that extra added layer of. But yeah, no, it's. Well, I mean, most of his rogues gallery are all clinically insane people, and so it's not feeding into the delusion by misidentifying them. You know, it's like, no, you're not. You know, fucking.
You're not Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
That's a sad story.
Right.
That's a sad story. Because that dude could have turned out all right if you just left his wife alone.
Harvey Dent or Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
I don't know much about Mr. Freeze.
Nah, Harvey Dent, that guy went crazy. He's never coming back. He literally has 2 real separate personalities. Yeah. I mean, they nerfed him in the comics. I mean, not in the comics, but in the TV series. You had to.
Yeah.
Because his other personification was a serial killer. He'd kill you at the flip of a coin. And that's the crazy. They did that really good in The Dark Knight, but in the TV show, it's like he didn't kill anybody, but he made Batman's life miserable.
Well, and that was because, you know, I remember seeing an interview for the animators and the writers for that show, for the Batman animated series, and they were like, all right, you know, we're working on this Kids Cartoon Network, show, and so we can't kill anybody. But so you give a bunch of creative writing team people the limitation, you can't kill them, but it's got to be, you know, some fucked up stuff that's happening to these people, and you get some really twisted, fucked up ideas. So like a lot of fate's worse than death type shit, like the gas that Joker uses that forces you into that smile, and it's like that shit was creepy as fuck as a kid, you know. So it's like, yeah, I think I would have been better off seeing people dropping dead than seeing that fucking twisted ass smile and just the face all contorted up in it.
I don't know which one it was. It was one of the movies for the Batman animated series. Joker had shot some of this laughing gas on somebody, and they were overdosing on the gas. And then Batman came to interrogate him in his bedroom. He's all got the smile. He's like, oh no, he's here. And he's obviously terrified, but he's got this big ass grin on his face and he's sweating and shit. He's like, oh my God, Jay. Oh man, I can't imagine that shit. That was so funny. I mean, and I gotta say that, I don't know. Of course, Joker was the main bad guy. And of course, Mark Hamill did a great job as the voice of that bad guy. But
you disagree?
Kinda.
Well,
really?
Yeah.
Well, let's get your opinion.
I love a good fight, as I've already proven before. Let's go. Who did you vote for?
I'm Placid. Who do you think I voted for? Everyone loves him.
Well, I'm afraid that you're going to try to say Heath Ledger's Joker, but we're talking about voicing, not
and we're
playing.
Talking about animation. Don't jump the shark. Which one? Come on, out with it.
Yeah, he was talking about Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're off topic a little bit. It's okay.
Apples, oranges, and
that wasn't the new
avocados.
One,
right? Right now that
it's Keith Ledger. Yeah, he played
Heath Ledger.
Heath.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Or peace.
And while we're at it, Kevin Conroy, who voiced Batman through the animated series and most of the animated iterations of.
Rest in peace.
I think he did the best Joker, and of course, it's even just the voice wise.
It was a pretty iconic voice. I mean,
yeah,
you
even
hear
if
that voice
you
and
don't
you
even see him, it's the voice. Yeah, even voice wise, if he'd done it.
Who are we talking about?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got to bring the
props for props is due.
Then we got to bring the other Joker into this, and the OG Jack Nicholson.
I didn't mind Jack Nicholson.
Technically, he's not the OG, but
yeah, there's one before him.
Okay, so we're going back to the old live action TV series.
You'd be going back to what, pre-Adam West?
Yeah, Adam West series. Wow, we're going now. I know none of you watched that.
I did not.
Correct.
My father did.
None of you watched that. Look, he's got. Jolly's got the blank face.
I was debating if I was going to be like, yes, I did, and then go into that.
Yeah, nobody would believe
Foot
you.
and mouth.
Yeah, you'd have to be going on YouTube watching them old episodes. Yeah, I don't know, where could you find that?
I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
Yeah, I was about to say, somewhere.
Yeah.
But I know none of you have watched it.
No.
Cesar Romero played the one we're thinking of, the
original Joker,
on-screen live-action Joker. Yeah,
and he literally dressed up like a clown, and he was like he had that laugh. He was not like he was comical. He wasn't dangerous.
Yeah, but I mean that
was like the extreme camp.
Yeah, I've watched the show, but I always see that little clip of Adam West Batman running through the street with that giant cartoonish looking bomb.
Yeah, he's running through the street with a bomb, and he had nowhere to throw his bomb. It was. I thought that was.
It was literally like the old fashioned like cannonball looking thing.
Oh my god! Don't we thought to just take the fuse out? Oh god! I remember watching that with my friends. We saw sitting around the TV and watched that, and I remember it wasn't even me; it was somebody. I can't even remember who it was. Take the fuse out! Take the fuse out! Everybody screaming, "Take the fuse!" Like, oh shit! Yeah, take the fuse out! Take the fuse out! And he's running down the street with this thing. And then, like, he would go down to like the spot where like various supervillains and like underground people were sitting there, and then somebody asked him to dance, and he does the iconic dance where he's like doing the eyes across the eyes, and he's dancing in his. I'm like, okay. Batman's got suave. He's down on the dance floor dancing. You're like, okay, I get it.
Oh, what was the movie? The animated movie where he had to sing. Yeah. The one chick that could do magic, like that was her part. Her bargain was that he had to, offer up a piece of himself that nobody else has seen, and so he ended up having to do like a little singing piece.
We're back on the anime series, right?
Right. Yeah.
That was Zatanna.
Yeah.
Zatanna. Yeah. He had to give her something that was genuine and real, and he sang, and everybody was like, "Oh,
yeah, I think that was in the Justice League series because Diana, Wonder Woman, was there in the audience watching too.
Yeah, everybody was freaked out because he was like really soulful with his music, and they were like, "What the hell?"
This Justice League series was really good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh my god, it was.
Everybody freaked out over the kiss. I remember I remember I'm an old guy, and we were going to work, and I made no bones. I watched that Batman animated series or the Justice League series, and everybody was like, "Hey, dude, remember when the Thundercats invaded Earth, and they were running from the Thundercats, and they were in the pub, and Diana put the lips on Batman, and she's like, 'I'm sorry about that.' He goes, 'I'm not.'" One of the few times Batman was smiling, like, "Hell yeah. Got me a kiss from an Amazon. I'm down." It's like, okay, I guess we're going to see some Amazon babies. Like, no, dude, this is a TV series. Stop it.
Let's say, yeah, Batman.
Batman had pool.
Yeah, he did. I mean, the one cheetah girl, Chitara.
Not only her, but Catwoman,
kind of an ongoing on-again, off-again thing. Yeah. And a lot of different iterations. You see a lot of that. Who else? Wonder Woman, Poison Ivy.
I was going to say Ivy, I think, yeah.
Look, Poison Ivy, nah.
No?
No, man. Okay, look, that chick didn't even like men. She liked
plants.
Yeah, she liked plants, and she'll poison a guy and make him do her
definition toxic.
Yeah, she was dangerous. You didn't want that chick.
Her and Harley Quinn got together.
That booty you didn't want. I mean,
in the new series.
You wanted that booty, but you didn't want to keep it. You did, because she was
turning you into fertilizer.
They'll say that's a succubus.
Yes. No.
But but Jolly, that brings me to the next point. Have you guys watched the new Harley Quinn series?
No,
I have not.
No. I've seen snippets of it.
Big Smoke, you've watched everything, so
yeah. I'm ashamed to say that I have watched the Harley Quinn series.
So not a fan, I assume.
I'm a fan of the Shark. King Shark is funny as hell. Okay, and one of the few times where I like the prison scene because King Shark goes to prison. They forgot. Harley Quinn forgets her teammate. And he gets arrested and goes to prison. And they don't remember that they left his ass until the end of the episode. And so he's in prison. And he's surrounded by all of his minions because he's taking over prison. He's taking over prison. So he's sitting there. He's drinking some like prison wine. He's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, okay, it's a little too sweet. And don't make me have to like do something evil to you if you do this wrong again. He's handing it back to him, right? And then like these new prison inmates come walking in. Everybody, hey, fresh fish. Here, fishy. And then he goes, now, boys, I know you guys are not into this, but how many times do I gotta tell you about that fucking word? I'm sorry, sir. That's all right. We're all friends. You don't like people making like disparaging comments about fish.
Right.
Oh, God. And so they finally break him out. They literally break down the wall and they're grabbing him. Poison Ivy sends up some vines and grabs him. And then he's like, now I want y'all to behave yourselves because I will kill every last one of you if you don't. And they're dragging him out. It's like, he is the best character. I love King Shark. I don't like what they did to him in the live action. They really made him stupid as hell. When really he's Atlantean royalty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's part of the Atlantean sub race or whatever. And yeah, he's basically a prince. It just happens to be a bad guy who likes eating people.
So is he like basically part of Aquaman's like?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I never really got super into the DC side of things. I've seen the Justice League series. I've seen a good bit of the Batman animated series, but only just recently started dabbling back into it, getting caught up on some of the Superman movies and such, and I plan on delving more deeply into it. But
we'll never get past 2 Aquaman movies. Just doesn't translate well.
Well, so quick side on the voice acting side of things, Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
My boy Wash from Firefly. I got the Firefly shirt on today, But he's been doing a lot of DC work lately, apparently. Because he voices Joker in the Harley Quinn series. He also voiced Robot Number 4 in the new Superman movie.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
That's him?
That's him, yeah.
Huh.
And let's see who else. When
you pay attention.
And then Nathan Fillion doing a bunch of now live action, but playing what's his name? Guy something. He plays the Green Lantern in the new Superman movie.
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner. There we go. Thank you. And he also voices one of the other Green Lanterns in a lot of the animated movies. But yeah, so he's doing a lot of voice work there. Just a lot of the big names of voice acting that I'm familiar with already are already in these series, so I'm definitely looking forward to delving more into that.
Okay, did you like Guy Gardner in the new Superman movie?
Well, no, but he's meant to be an unlikable character.
There's characters that you can like who are bad guys. Heath Ledger's
sure, yeah, but
you like him because he's bad.
Yeah, but he's playing an asshole though, and he
plays a good asshole.
Yeah, yes. I mean, Nathan Fillion did excellent with the role. I think it was well done, but I don't like the character. I'm not a fan of the character.
It's so funny. It's like they don't get enough into that. There's so many Green Lanterns. You don't like a lot of the Green Lanterns because they're like the cops that you think all cops are.
Like the jocks of the Green Lantern Corps, essentially.
They're just like, look, the law's the law. They're like the Judge Dredd. Well, no, that's way over the top. Can't say they're the Judge Dredd, but they are definitely, say, the Stadies.
They're very, very hoity-toity.
Yeah, it's like, look, you're doing 45 in a 40 lane. Like, dude, 5 miles an hour. Here's a ticket. Have a nice day, sir. I mean,
yeah.
That's the kind of that's what I get from the Green Lanterns overall.
Yeah,
the John Stewarts, the Guy Gardners, and people like people get they're
the Hal Jordan one though. Hal Jordan Green Lantern, at least a little bit that I've seen, it seems to be a little bit more.
You got the John Stewart who's like all American Marine, American way. I'm going to protect Earth. You got Hal Jordan who's like
he was fighter pilot turned.
Yeah, I'm the hot shot fighter pilot trying to get all the booty I can. I get all this power. Oh shit! Now I can fly without a jet. Watch me now, baby.
Yeah.
And then he goes dark side basically for
really?
A while. Oh yeah. Okay. He goes dark side, and then you got Guy Gardner's like, look, I'm a Green Lantern. Bam! Here's a fist to the face. He's not even like hit you in the face and like he's like he hits you in the face and he's like, okay, next I'm on to the next one. He doesn't give a shit.
I will say that when he rolled in the new Superman movie, when he rolls in to save the I can't remember the name of the country, but he rolls in to save the people that are being attacked by this like oppressive state thing, and he rolls in and he's just like casually walking through a battlefield essentially and just kind of waving his hand, and then there's just dozens of these massive green hands that are just like crushing tanks and flicking soldiers around, and some of the hands that are coming up out of the ground and flipping these tanks are just giving them giant middle finger. And it's like, it was funny the first time, then you see like 5 or 6 of them, it's like, all right, I get it, you know, it was funny the first time, but
he really did not care.
Yeah, he was very camera focused or photocentric. You know, but in that movie, have you guys seen the new Superman movie?
Nope. No interest, to be honest.
Really?
Yes.
So
you got to get caught up, man. This is for research.
Now it's part of the job. Now you got homework.
Look, I'm not watching because I want to watch. I'm watching so I can be included.
Yeah.
Thank God someone else is getting yelled out for that.
So you got to know the assignment, people.
Yeah, but now, granted, I have not seen most of the more recent, like the DC Extended Universe stuff. I missed the entirety of pretty much every movie leading up into the Zack Snyderverse stuff.
And I can tell you right now, they have gone so downhill with some of these movies. That's why I don't go to the movies to watch this shit anymore. I wait until Netflix. I wait until Apple TV. I wait until freaking HBO Max. I don't want to go down. They have actually cured me from going to the movies.
What is the last movie you went to see in theater?
The last movie I went to go see was Sinners.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a double feature. I know you don't like talking about the second one because it wasn't all that good.
Yeah, we won't talk about the second one. The first one.
The Accountant 2. He was also there.
Gotcha.
I did not like that freaking movie. With the Sinners, I went to go see that. Okay. Racist moment coming up.
3, 2,
1. It was black actors, black director, black producers.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta support our black actors, okay? You got to.
To be fair, Michael B. Jordan is an excellent actor.
And here's the bad part about this. I didn't even know it was about vampires, which is something I like watching. I like watching vampire movies. But I went to go watch it simply because Michael B. Jordan was in it. And I went to go see it blind. Which I gotta say, I haven't done that in a long time. That was actually exciting because I'm watching the movie. I'm like, okay, 1932. Oh, okay. Gangsters out of Chicago, out of the Delta, went to Chicago, back to the Delta from their gangster ways. Okay. What the fuck? Vampires? What the? That was a twist. Where the hell? Oh, this is, and then on top of everything else, these guys were OG because they killed everybody. Everybody
very
dies.
Death Till Dawn, you know.
Yeah, they got everybody. I was like, oh, there's only one survivor. This is free, terrible / awesome. I love this movie. And I was like, wow, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that was the last movie I went to see.
But so to jump back into the DC stuff.
Yeah.
So started digging in after watching the movies and everything because we were talking before about how I had seen Man of Steel. I hadn't seen the original Christopher Reeve movies in a long time, so I rewatched Superman 2.
Yeah, he begged
just getting that.
See, people, research. He knew the assignment. Wake the fuck up.
To be fair, I made the assignment.
Like that makes a difference. I've seen people who give you the assignment and they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Fair.
This is the assignment. And then he's like, oh, I gotta. And he's like, he waits until the last day. He didn't wait. He doesn't section it out during the week, make it easy for himself. Now the dude's like, just take the eyes open, okay?
Yeah, no, literally, I finished the editing last night around midnight and started Superman, the new one, and then Superman 2 I started with.
And just binge through the rest?
Well, yeah, it's a 2-hour-long movie. Both of them. Superman 2, the original Christopher Reeve Superman 2, and the new Superman movie. Both 2-hour-long movies. I ended up running out of time. I actually only made it about 3/4 of the way through Man of Steel this morning before you guys showed up. Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So I watched Superman 2, finished up the recording, and then the editing, and then immediately jumped into the new Superman movie, watched through that one, and then started Man of Steel, and then. Yeah, I got about 3/4 of the way through, and then you guys showed up. So, but I started doing some digging into because I really enjoyed the new Superman movie. The 2025 Superman movie was excellent. I thought it was a really good throwback because it wasn't that dark, gritty stuff like what Zack Snyder was doing and a lot of the other stuff. Yeah, James Gunn, man. I've been really impressed with a lot of his recent work since Guardians of the Galaxy. He did? What was the other one that he did recently that I got really into?
I don't follow movies based on directors.
You don't follow directors. But so what I found out doing the digging and everything was that Warner Brothers merged with Discovery, and the new CEO of the new Warner Brothers Discovery put him in charge of the entirety of the DCU. So we have one guy, well, technically two guys. There's two guys, but they're both co-CEOs. And the plan is, in order to very specifically dig out of the hole that the DCEU created, they want to have one mainline continuity for every film, series, and video game set in the DC universe, following a set lore, essentially, right? They're the ones that are setting and writing the lore Bible, and they're turning away from the model of basically the corporations dictating the deadlines for everything, and they're like, hey, that hasn't been working. That's what's been causing a lot of our problems. So if you bring me a good enough script and I greenlight it, you have as much budget and as much time as you need to make it good. And then we'll release it. And their plan is to, utilizing that model and with a variety of different writers and directors and everything, they want to put out 2 live action and 2 animated movies per year and 2 different series per year.
I mean, so long as they stick to that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how long it lasts, but I mean, yeah, it's so far very impressed with their first entry. They're saying that the Superman movie is the first official movie that they're doing this model off of, but it was technically started back in 2023 was when they started writing this new Superman movie, and they're working it off of the model of the previous the Flash movie, the newest Flash movie, basically doing the Flashpoint Paradox style, resetting the universe.
And here's the problem: now they can't ever use Ezra Miller.
True.
You know.
Yeah, they did very specifically say they're gonna, whatever they do, they're gonna use the same actors. There won't be actors playing different parts. And in fact, so Jason Momoa will not be reprising his role as Aquaman because they very specifically have cast him, as far as I've seen officially, as Lobo.
That's not a bad fit for him.
Not.
Just based on his physique and how he looks.
His personality.
Yes, it's not a bad fit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just the hair alone. The makeup can do the rest of the work. It's physique, build, and hair.
I don't know. Trying to bring the main man onto live action, that's not going to be easy. And I don't think Jason Momoa can pull it off.
Why don't you think?
I mean, because it's the main man is very. I mean, he's bombastic, but he's also. He's very calculated. You cannot kill this guy.
Right.
Even a thumbnail of this guy is left over, he can regenerate from that thumbnail.
Mm-hmm. One of the few characters that is as strong as, if not possibly potentially stronger than Superman.
Yeah. He's got a workaround for Superman. And the dude's a bounty hunter. So he's geared to find what your weaknesses are, and he exploits them. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they can do that with Jason Momoa.
I don't know, man. I mean, going back and seeing him back in his Stargate Atlantis days, the character he played on that one, he was a very cold, calculated mercenary type.
Yes. He was also very lean and mean in that one. I mean,
yeah, he wasn't as bulked up as he is now.
He was not bulked up at all. And once he got introduced. I mean, Stargate Atlantis. He was this. Was it Dax Ronan?
Ronan, yeah.
Okay, now this guy was basically the bad guys, the main bad guys of Stargate Atlantis put a track on this dude, And they just basically chased him from planet to planet trying to kill him. It was a game that they played. Problem was,
he got real good at killing them.
His character got good at killing them.
Yeah.
And they were just, it became not more like a hunting game. It was like, okay, we got to kill this guy. And so he's running and he's got this one size fits all kind of blaster. And no matter what he shoots with it, it dies. So he's running around, he's killing off all these bad guys. Then he runs into the Stargate good guys.
I remember that part where they get him on the gun range. It's like, if you're going to be part of the team, you got to be...
You got to learn how to shoot. You can blam!
The Air Force guy, he pulls out the P90, the classic Stargate staple of sci-fi, the P90, and he's like, gets that nice tight grouping on the shot. He's like, you gotta be sharp. And he's like, show us what you can do. And he just pulls that revolver out, just pa, and the whole fucking target just explodes.
It has a real cool, laser beam sound. Boom! And no more target. And he's like, then he looks at you like, yeah. Next,
My pap loved that show,
and then
it's so good.
One of the better episodes is when you had the OG from Stargate, and then Ronan from Stargate Atlantis, and they meet. And the good guy from Stargate, he's like this tough guy. He's a warrior caste who basically joins them. The Earthlings. And then he runs into Ronan, and he's trying to be respectful to Ronan, and Ronan's like spitting. And then they're like, "Oh, is that where it's gonna be?" Next thing you see, these two are swinging for the fences, like whack, 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 whack. And see, both of them have regenerative powers, so these punches are coming from all the way past New York, all the way through to Texas, and coming through to all the way to California. Wham! And they're smacking each other, and all of the Stargate personnel were like, yeah. They're all jumping up and down. And then the commander comes in, what's going on? They're like, oh, just a friendly, wager. And they're like, how long have these two been doing this? Oh, about an hour and a half. They're swinging. He's not that anymore.
No.
He's not that anymore. He's a soft superstar now. He's a soft superstar.
We're talking about Jason Momoa?
Yeah. He's not... I mean, in the second Aquaman movie, there's a lot of extra padding in that water suit.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he is older now, so I mean that's.
I don't care.
To be fair, I would rather see padding in the suit than to keep seeing the actors being forced into unhealthy, diets and pumping themselves full of steroids. Oh, right. I'm sorry, Big Smoke. I forgot. You just want to see very strong, muscular men on screen all day. I got it.
I like what I like. I'm sorry.
You call me gay.
Yeah, you just lay off the bologna sandwiches, work out a little more, shoot up a little bit, a few steroids.
Just in between the webbings of your fingers.
Maybe once or twice between the toes, shoot up the steroids. Get back in shape for 6 to 8 weeks. Shoot all those nice, no water scenes, where you cut the water to get all shredded. Do the scene. Then you can have your bologna sandwich or your cheeseburger.
That's your reward.
Or your cheeseburger. I'm paying to see perfection. I want the illusion. I don't want real life. This is why I'm watching Aquaman, not Jason Momoa. I want Aquaman, and Aquaman is shredded.
Other than it being Jason Momoa, I feel like a difficult representation is to bring a character like Lobo to screen live action.
Do you not like Jason Momoa as him?
No, it's not that.
It's just going to take a lot of CGI to do a character like Lobo, regardless of who plays him in live action.
Like, you're gonna have to nerf that guy to hell.
Yes,
you're gonna have to.
Then it gets to the point of how nerfed is not even worth showing. Because you see it in different things.
Because see, obviously you have not read any of the comic books. This guy is. He's beyond indestructible. He does things.
Like, you could probably smack this dude with a building and he wouldn't flinch.
He's what, like universe level of destruction?
Something like that. Because he's so dangerous. Out of ego or what, but he kills off an entire planet of his own species.
Superman don't even really like to fuck with him. And I mean, that says a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where they avoid each other as much as possible.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as they see that freaking, like, universe motorcycle flying through the air coming towards Earth, they're like, oh, crap,
his interstellar chopper.
Yeah, he's coming here. Why the hell is he? And they try to meet him out in space. Yes. They don't even want him on the planet.
It's like, what do you want? Why are you here? We'll get it. Just stay here.
Just stay here next to the moon. We'll be back. I don't think but like I said, I don't go to the movies anymore. I'm sure I'm paying full price somewhere down the way, but I'm not paying it. I'm not going to the movies.
Well, I mean, when you take out, traveling, if you're going to eat something, like, you are saving on it.
I'm saving quite a bit, I guess. Okay, now, when I went to go see, the last movie I went to go see was Sinners, I mean, we did go out to eat. We did have a lot of beer and wine, because we went to this bougie, the bougie, movie theater where they had that kind of shit there, so, beer and wine, So, yeah, I'll save a lot of bucks. But now, if it ain't on Hulu, if it's not on HBO Max, if it's not on Netflix,
I ain't watching.
I'm not watching it, unless it's on The Assignment. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, I literally dropped $10 just to reactivate my HBO account to start watching.
Unless it's on The Assignment. If it's nowhere where I have an account, then yeah, okay. I'll do the 7 days, free special account, and I'll be sure to turn it off in 2 or 3 days or whatever.
Okay. Well, so speaking of the assignment and everything, so the original conversation that brought up Superman to begin with was actually General Zod. So we were talking about the difference between the Christopher Reeve Superman 2 General Zod versus the Man of Steel General Zod, and which was a better Zod, which was a better villain, and then just overall.
Every now and then he dives into the sewer.
Speaking of sewer, Big Smoke. Has anyone seen the images of the new villain models for Batman? I believe it's Batman Infinite, the comic, and what they did to Killer Croc.
Oh, yeah.
Is it terrible?
You need to see it. It is something.
I'm supposed to be ordering.
They just released the image for the Joker, and I wouldn't even say it's the Joker.
Is it Absolute Batman, or is it?
I think it's Absolute.
Uh-oh. Oh, what the fuck?
Right?
He got teeth all the way down. That shit don't stop.
Yeah. It's a reimagining.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like I said,
the one you're talking about?
What
the fuck?
Joker's a full-on demon, more or less.
Oh.
It's wild.
Why has Batman got like dorsal spines?
Long, yes.
Dorsal spine.
But man, like I said, if you're gonna actually keep your sanity, you have to chop it up by sections. Or by artist or by writer, because if you don't,
you'd be all over the board.
You'd be all over the board.
But okay, so yes. General Zod, you said
who is General Zod? Not to interrupt anyone, but sorry, but
so he's a major Superman villain. He was another Kryptonian. He was a general, and depending on which version you're going off of, which I don't know too much of the comics and the original character himself, but from the movies, in the original Christopher Reeve Superman 2, General Zod was basically a war criminal and was
he was a terrorist.
Yeah, he was a terrorist. Yeah. But then in the Man of Steel, he was an insurrectionist, which is just another labeling of a terrorist.
This is why we're going by movies. We're not going by anything else.
So in the original, or in the Christopher Reeves movies, General Zod was basically a super criminal. Him and his 2 followers were just 3 Kryptonian villains that because Krypton was above jailing people, they didn't have any special means of dealing with, because they would normally just fucking what's the word? They rehabilitize instead of imprisoning. But so they had to create a prison they called the Phantom Zone, and it was like this 2-dimensional flat plane, and they sentenced them to an eternity in the Phantom Zone, and sent it off cascading out into space, where the only thing that could potentially break them free is a strong nuclear blast. But so in setting up the beginning of Superman 2, there are some terrorists that are attacking Paris and have a hydrogen bomb that is that they're basically holding all of Paris hostage with to make their demands. Well, Superman shows up, and the bomb's loaded in an elevator. Superman flies up, snatches the elevator, flies it up and out, and then throws that bitch out into space before it can detonate. got like a 30-second fuse on this thing or whatever, right? And so he throws that out there, and it detonates, and the concussive blast wave goes back through and knocks Superman kind of crazy, wonky for a little bit. Then he corrects himself and flies back to Earth. Well, that concussive blast keeps radiating out, and it just so happens to line up with General Zod and his followers flying through in the Phantom Zone, and it hits the edge of that little glass pane, and it shatters and explodes, and they escape. And now they're right outside Earth. They fly over to the moon, and there's some astronauts on the moon that are doing some research and stuff, and they fuck with them out on the moon and realize, oh, hey, this yellow sun's giving us superpowers, and look at all these cool things we can do. And they're like, all right, now we're going to go to this planet Houston that these astronauts keep referring to, and we're going to rule, and everybody will kneel before Zod. And that's all he wants to do, he wants to conquer and rule. That's his big shtick. He just wants to be this criminal ruler of everything. But then we go to the 2013 Man of Steel movie, and General Zod is, what would you call him? Like a purist, basically?
A caste system, perfectly augmented soldier. A general.
Yeah, and this was a newer movie that's live action, right?
2013 is the Henry Cavill Superman.
Okay, that's what I remember seeing. I remember hearing General Zod, and I was like, I think he's in one of the newer ones, but I didn't know if it was not him in an older comic or series.
So in the Man of Steel movie, you got General Zod, who is in this version of Superman, the Kryptonians have abolished regular birth processes, and everyone basically sticks to strict adherence of a DNA template being applied to them at birth, and therefore assigning their roles in society. So you're born a soldier, born a scientist, born a politician, whatever the case may be. And I'm trying to remember. I didn't get all the way back through it, but I'm trying to remember what his original. He was after the original template, basically the original DNA sample, the codex. There we go.
Codex of all of Kryptonian caste system.
Yeah, I think he was trying to re-purge the bloodlines because they were starting to intermix a little bit too much or something along those lines.
He wanted to repopulate the Kryptonian society. He needed Kal-El's blood to do it.
Ah, that's what it was. Okay, so yeah, because they say that for over 100,000 years, Kryptonian Empire had spread amongst other planets and everything, but they became too overpopulated and resources drained too much back on Krypton on their homeworld, and so they were basically they shut down the Empire. They drew everybody back in. But so Kal-El, Superman, is the first live birth Kryptonian in 100,000 years or so. So, but he gets sent off to Earth in order to survive this purging, and his parents, Jor-El and Laura, something or other, they know that this cataclysm is coming for Krypton. They know that the core is unstable, and for whatever reason, this advanced society isn't listening to one of their top scientists. But the end of Krypton is coming, and so they're like, all right, we got to get our kid off the planet, and we got to send the codex with him so that he can be the last hope of Krypton, of the Kryptonian people, the legacy surviving and going beyond. And General Zod is after that codex, so he shows up to Earth to conquer and terraform Earth, and in order to wipe out all of humanity and to repopulate Earth with Kryptonians.
And he's not the only soldier of Krypton that came. There's warships and uber strong Kryptonians, and they're going, and they colonize. Yeah, we're colonizing here. We're conquering and controlling, and we're going to take over. Oh God, I love this podcast. I love it.
But so that was the big difference between the two Zods, right? So you had the original Zod was trying to conquer humanity. He didn't give a shit about repopulating the Kryptonians, because the Kryptonians were the ones that locked him away in the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, they left him for dead. He don't care.
Right, and then Zod, he was all gung ho about getting Krypton back up to its regal glory and back to its heyday and everything. So he brought ships with terraformers and everything else to turn basically Earth into the new Krypton.
And that's the newer movie that you're talking about,
right? The 2013 Man of Steel. Yeah, newish. Yeah, over a decade old now, but
God, it's been a decade since that movie came out. That's crazy. A decade.
Well, more than that, it's like 12 years. But
yeah, I'm an old man.
But so the big thing though. The bigger difference is how Superman dealt with these two different General Zods, right? So you had the Christopher Reeve Superman who outsmarts Zod and polarizes this chamber that can douse whoever's in it with red sun energy.
Okay, stop for a second. And the Christopher Reeves one, he gives up his Kryptonian legacy to be with Lois Lane.
Yeah, he turns himself human.
By
using this chamber.
Yeah. And then Zod shows up and starts creating havoc and taking over the planet.
Oh, and he's like, fuck.
But now he's human.
Yeah, he's like,
kicked in a bar fight. Well, not a bar fight. It was
got
a
his ass whooped because he was human and he didn't have his invulnerability.
Which, quick little knife fan doesn't point towards you guys, but towards that storyline. Clark Kent is a good old boy from fucking Smallsville. What was it?
Smallville.
Well, Smallville. What state was it in? One of the farm belts, but farm belt states. But so he's a farmer.
I want to say Kansas or
yeah. So Smallville, Kansas, right? So he's a farm boy. So even if he loses his Superman strength, now granted, I could understand there was some side effects of him recovering from the process and all that, and the sudden jarring of it. But he's still a pretty jacked dude. Even if he can't bench press planets anymore, dude was still baling hay bales and everything else.
Still would mean nothing.
I'm just saying he should stand up a little bit better in a diner fight against it.
Why?
Big Smoke is shaking his head. No. No.
Think about it this way. You have all of Superman's power.
Okay.
You fight crime with all of your power. Not always world-ending events. Sometimes just normal people. Normal villains. The amount that you have to hold back of your latent normal power. Now you're human. You don't have access to that power. So... for example, to throw a normal punch for Superman powered would mean nothing. It would just be as simple as swinging your arm and what happens. So would he even retain any of that ability if all his mind knows is, I don't need to do anything, I just need to simply swipe in your direction?
Well, in that movie, he doesn't even get to throw a punch. He gets hit twice, and both times he goes to the floor. Second time, it was through a window and then to the floor, So, I mean, that's the thing. And I did kind of like that little power revenge bit at the end where he gets his powers back and he goes back to that diner and confronts that truck driver.
Kind of un-Superman-like. Kind of like revenge.
It was pettiness. But that's the thing.
Exactly. It's pettiness. Something was taken from him, and then that motherfucker went back and handled busyness. Knife hand, here it comes.
Myth that up.
The point of Superman is absolute godlike power put in the hands of someone who has the mind of a mortal. Superman is Kryptonian, but he is human. He is flawed. Right, he and they did a very good job of pointing that out very explicitly in the new Superman movie. He's confronting Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor hates him because he's an alien. And he's like, you're making all of us humans look bad and weak and pitiful.
Oh, you're talking about the newest Superman?
The newest one,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
In the 2025 Superman movie, and Superman's like, no, you don't understand. I'm just as human as you are. I get up every day and I hope that I'm making the best decision possible, but I still make mistakes. Anyways. So he uses a chamber that radiates with red sun energy to take away his powers, to become human so he can be with Lois Lane. Then the Kryptonians show up, General Zods wrecking shit. He takes over, barges into the White House and forces the president to kneel before Zod and everything else.
That was funny. I think a lot of people who are Democrats or Republicans would probably have loved that scene. He's like, oh my God. He goes, Zod. That was the best part.
Because that was still during the days of, Superman being all about, truth, justice, and the American way.
Yeah, back when it was an American way and not way of the universe or some crap that they say nowadays. Look, I happen to be, I wouldn't say a fan of all three, but I definitely am engrossed in all three. The first movie with Christopher Reeves.
There's four. Christopher Reeves.
No, I'm talking about the one that really matters. The first two, 3 and 4. Fugazi, miss me.
Or you mean the 3 different eras of?
Yeah, I don't give a crap. The first 4 movies with Christopher Reeves. The only really 2 that really matter to me are the first 2.
Okay.
I've seen the 3 and 4. I've seen both of them once, and I've forgotten about them. Mean nothing. But actually, the only one that really matters to me is 2. One is an origin story,
so it's been like the 3/4 of the movie just explaining
exactly.
And then the first 10 minutes of the second movie rehashing the whole thing because they basically replay all the highlights of the first movie.
Right. So I like
which is actually helpful because that means I didn't have to watch the first movie.
The last Superman I seen was Superman versus Batman.
I actually haven't seen that one.
That was pretty good.
But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about General Zod specifically. So he takes place in Superman 2 and Man of Steel.
So where do we go from there?
Okay, so I said the next point was how the 2 different versions of Superman dealt with Zod, right? And so in Superman 2, Superman outsmarts Zod. He reverses the polarity on the chamber and causes the entire room to be filled with the red sun energy and takes away Zod's power.
Yeah, because he's powerful but stupid.
Yeah, because Zod is actually stronger than Superman. And there's he's not stronger than, but there's 3 of them. There's 3 Kryptonians fighting. In the newer Man of Steel, General Zod is very strong, and he's an experienced soldier. And basically, Superman just has to put him down. You know, he's struck with a lose-lose scenario of like, you need to either kill me or I'm going to kill this family that's trapped in this building, and he just starts fucking laser eyes, and so Superman has to rush over and fucking snap his fucking neck, which I love that the laser keeps going for a little bit and just, but
cuts half a building down.
Yeah, but so he had to kill Zod, and it was like one of like the first like big movie blockbuster versions of Superman killing somebody. Yeah, and so like that was kind of like the start of, or like the big start of the gritty superhero movies, you know. And then we pushed into
he kills him in Superman 2. He kills all 3 of them once they become human, though.
If they die, they died off screen. You know,
if he dies, he dies.
Well, like so, you know, fuck. He throws Zod into this ravine in the Fortress of Solitude, and then the big dumb one, was it Non? I think his name was. He jumps trying to fly, and he just falls. It's like
Lois Lane
punches the
other chick into the ravine. You hear her long scream as she dies. She falls into the bottomless pit. But they all die.
I mean, that's murder either way.
Oh yeah, that is defensive. You know, over the top force in defense of your life.
That is all fancy ways of saying that is murder.
Nobody saw it. Didn't happen. It's like that's my statement, and you can't prove it, and that's
But like I said, this all happens in the Fortress of Solitude, so who's to say that there isn't some, like, you know, Kryptonian prison system that locks them up if they drop into that ravine?
No,
you know,
I'm going with tech. Murder. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story.
It's interesting, Jolly, that you'd never seen Man of Steel, considering the events in that movie are what brings out Batman vs. Superman. Like, that is the precedent to it.
I might have seen it, but I can't necessarily remember.
Yeah, it was all the damage that was done and the result of that fight.
I was just about to say, so the beginning of Superman versus Batman, where it's Batman and he saves that little girl and he looks up and there's like a mess, they're fighting, and he like frowns and gets all pissed off.
Yes, that's when Superman takes Zod through the building.
Okay.
That's exactly the fight of it.
I did not like Superman versus Batman.
I never watched it.
I
didn't seem
did not like it.
Do you bleed?
Yeah, stupid stuff.
The concept I liked.
They made Batman a retard in that movie.
Why? It was more of a
Forrest Gump. They put Forrest Gump in a Batman suit and then stuck him up against Batman.
He was more centric on. From my understanding of it, I also haven't seen the movie, but my understanding of it was that he got hell-bent on revenge, and that turned him blind, tunnel vision, hyper-focused, by comparison of Batman normally.
One thing about Batman that everyone seems to forget is that he rarely left Gotham and started getting in everybody's business. He made it a point not to fuck with people in their own cities. So for him to go to Metropolis and go, I'm going to get Batman, I'm going to get him because of my reasons. And I'm Batman. Man, miss me. He should have stayed in his own city and fucked with the Joker. And then, okay, just stay in your lane.
I actually wonder what happened in Gotham that entire time he was dealing with Superman.
Yeah, then he was messing around.
Because the reason why he never leaves Gotham is because he knows that when he does,
things go sideways.
Exactly.
Straight anarchy.
But then again...
Well, that was during the phase where he was, like, branding criminals in the streets and shit. So, like, it was... So...
That's why I did not like that movie.
Right. Like I said, I
he
missed...
tried to run over Superman with a car.
Right. I missed most of the DCEU because it honestly, it never grabbed my attention. It was like dark, gritty DC heroes. That's why
the only thing in the entire DCU that is interesting to me is the villains. They have a pretty compelling type of villain for some reason compared to Marvel. Because like Marvel's all seem to be centered around either like blind rage or world-ending catastrophe. Yeah. There's no nuance or anything to the variety.
Well, I mean, if you look at X-Men, like the big thing there was essentially racism. It was the division of us versus them. Yeah. Whether it be classism, racism, any of that. They lead heavily into it because of the mutant factor being part of their DNA, part of their genetics. They were technically genetically other.
Would you say that's all? If we had to say like superhero franchises, would you say DC, Marvel, and X-Men? I mean, of course.
Well, no, X-Men is part of Marvel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Well, that's another. I would, if I had to choose between the three, X-Men.
But so you'd rather live exclusively in an X-Men world?
Like you said, DC's just, I don't know. I don't like their superheroes that much. I prefer the DC superheroes. The villains in the DC are so much better than
I can't
Marvel.
really say there's any X-Men movie that I actually like.
Really?
Oh man, X-Men was so good.
I did not like X-Men 1. Professor X is the most powerful psychic there is in creation. Taken out like halfway through the movie. Half of the movie, he's sleeping comfortably in the comfy chair at the bottom of the mansion.
I don't think he's the most powerful psychic. He is very powerful. I mean,
that would be
no. In the X-Men, he is the.
Is that the continuity for him?
Yeah, he's the most. He's the one that becomes Onslaught.
Was that him or was that his brother?
I thought that was his brother, to be honest.
What's her name? The Phoenix?
Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, but what's her name?
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey, yeah.
Which
I thought Jean Grey was...
Well, she becomes uber powered because the Phoenix Force basically takes her over.
Takes her over, yeah.
Okay. But she's not the strongest psychic.
Oh.
That was Professor X. Anywho.
Yeah, see, Professor X is one of the most powerful telepaths.
Okay.
Who is?
But we're talking about the movie, right? What other psychic?
Oh, you're talking about...
I was talking about the character. But,
yeah, okay.
But even the movie, limited scope here.
Okay,
but,
so...
Then yeah, if we're going by strictly the movie standpoint...
Then he's the only telepath besides Jean Grey.
And?
That's all
what the freak happens to him in the movies? 9 times out of 10.
He lost his plot armor.
He wasn't the centric, focused character in those movies.
And...
So he was like Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was used as a plot device for the main character.
Okay, so he sucked it basically.
Yes,
that's all I'm trying to say. You put this guy on the screen, everybody's like, "Ooh, Jean-Luc Picard. He's bald. He's he's in a chair, and he's got mental powers." And then he gets knocked out, and he's sleeping throughout the movie.
All I'm hearing is a bunch of disrespect for Sir Patrick Stewart, man. That's just...
Of course. Of course. Because he's the worst Starfleet captain. Because Benjamin Sisko is the best.
I just listened to that episode a couple of days ago, too.
I can't believe you just said that.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And I do agree with you, Jolly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, Star Trek, not Star Wars.
I like.
Hey, I don't care. You can
still like comments.
At this point, you can interchange the two.
Every episode, little by little, I start liking Tech more and more. He agreed with me again.
He's creeping up on you.
He's a Captain Picard fan himself.
I do not, however, have a reason more so than that's the one I grew up watching my dad watch. Like, he grew up with...
You're not helping your situation.
I know. He grew up with...
Less is more.
Yeah, William Shatner.
Yeah, Kirk.
Yes. Which we actually went to that, seeing him in Wheeling.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Watched Wrath of Khan.
Wow.
Yes.
And then they did his Q&A and everything. Yeah. A couple years back.
I got to admit, when I saw Wrath of Khan, that was great to see on the big screen.
Yeah.
That was awesome to see on the big screen. But I was rooting for Khan.
Well, yeah.
I was rooting for Khan because Ricardo Montalban, I mean, he was Mr. Rourke on Fantasy Island. I thought that was like, it didn't like, I think before that, he was Khan on the TV series. And honestly, that should have went an entirely different way. It should have. I mean, Khan had it all. I mean, he was a genetically enhanced super being. He was supposed to be 5-6 times smarter than the average human. It took millions of people to actually, beat him when he was an empire lord on the planet.
Yeah, he was a genetically engineered super soldier.
Yeah, and that took over everything. And it took like almost an entire empire to get him off planet, to the point where he took just his prime people and they shot themselves out into the void and was going to come back later. Things didn't quite work out that way, and they ended up running into the Enterprise. He actually succeeded in taking the Enterprise.
Yeah. And
then for some ungodly reason, they actually got him off. Because it was that old-fashioned trope of going to put you in a situation and not watch you die, to give you some chance to escape and win the battle. No. Basically, it could have ended with just Kirk taking a phaser right between the eyes, and that's it.
Yes.
And they stuck him in basically what amounted to a hyperbaric chamber. It was going to suffocate him. What? Shoot this motherfucker, but no.
Into a sun or something.
Yeah, but dramatic. It's a drama. They went sci-fi.
It was more humane to suffocate him to death.
Yeah, they went drama instead of suffocating. Okay, fine, we'll do that. And he escapes, and then he beats Khan in a fist fight.
That's
Fugazi. He would have got his ass whooped. Okay, and it was funny. It's like he's telling Kirk, "Hey, I got such and such amount of your strength. I don't think you can win this fight." And somehow we pull ass whooping out of the bag and beat him up. And then the second time that Khan gets the drop on him, and then what does the bad guy start doing?
Starts monologuing.
He starts monologuing. I'm gonna give you time to figure out a way to get back at me so you can win this fight. I mean, just shot all up his ass with them phasers. and then he let him go. Because I want you to look at my face and go, hey, here's Khan, baby. I got you. I got you. Okay, so no. But it still was good. It was good. Them chasing each other around. And then when he finally gets the drop on Khan, it's kind of like, okay, this is it. This is it. They limp out of it. And then, of course, there's a great cliffhanger for the search of Spock. The third movie. That's when we're stealing ships because we got to get Spock.
All right, we're getting way too far off topic. I'm going to stop the slippery slope. I'm going to catch you before you drift too far, too much further.
I'm so excited.
This was supposed to be about Saturday morning cartoons, and we went off into DC Trek, versus Marvel, and then
Star Trek, baby, Star Trek.
I know we like to talk about a little bit of everything, but
I'm awake. Let's go.
all that Red Bull finally caught up.
Yeah. So am I.
Are you?
Yeah, I really am.
All right.
If it looked like I was sleeping when I was looking at the dog, it's because my eyes are fat and it looks like I'm sleeping. I get that all the time.
I know the feeling.
People look at me and be like, "Why are you falling asleep?" And I'm like, I'm fucking watching TV. Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Now, granted,
open your eyes.
You know when I'm sleeping for sure, because I make
you're like
a loud auditory, and the mouth opens up.
Yeah. So we saw that a couple of times. So
Big Smoke. Not to interrupt everybody.
No,
favorite cartoon,
ahead, please.
Favorite Saturday morning cartoon.
Favorite. Okay, we got 55 years. At what age?
What had the most nostalgic impact on you?
Yes.
What's the first thing that comes to mind, I guess? Because, like, for me, like I said,
Your
for me, it was
top
Avatar.
favorite.
For Jelly Green, it was Ed, and Eddy.
Out of all eras.
if we're going straight cartoons in America, it would probably be Thundercats.
Thundercats. Oh,
Thundercats.
So I still got a old Thundercats T-shirt. Still tucked away upstairs.
Yep.
I love that thing.
I love Thundercats. I mean, I think the story was great for what my small brain at the time could handle. I mean, we got planet blowing up. We got an entire, No, I liked it because the whole population gets on a bunch of starships and they're flying down the road. And one guy, Jaga, this dude, like wise old Jaga, flies the ship basically because there's no autopilot. And then he dies on the seat of the cockpit just to get this ship to the planet.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, they're all, well, in the comic books, they're all over the planet. But in the cartoon, there's just like 5 or 6 of them. That's it. And since they're all in cryopods and stuff, they've been in cryostasis for years. Lionel, his messes up because he was a kid when he went in, and he's grown up when he comes out. But he's still like 10 years old in his head.
To not know all of this.
Yeah, so
I mean, when you think back on it, it makes sense to.
I mean, it does, yeah, for sure. It's got very like a Shazam feel to it, but yeah, I grew up with a lot of the reruns of Thundercats, so I don't think I ever saw it chronologically.
Yeah, from the beginning, when you see, I mean, they don't timestamp it, of course, but when you see Lionel from that perspective, he's only 10 or 11.
Yeah, when
they stick him in the cryo sleep. Something goes wrong. He grows up in cryo. So they've been on hypersleep for a good 10, 11 years. So when he comes out, he's like, and he's also jacked when he comes out. It's like he's a full-grown man jacked up, and he's the leader of the Thundercats, and he doesn't know crap.
It does explain his, like,
propensity to violence.
Looking back on what I can remember from seeing the reruns of that, his views and how he treats the scenarios his team is in is very naive.
Yeah. I always chalked it up to writing for the audience.
Yeah.
So to be able to understand it from the audience's perspective with a character that thinks like them. So that explains it.
Yes, that's my favorite. I love that show. I mean, and the bad part about it, it was like right after school ended. So everybody's getting on their bikes and like trying to get there so you don't miss the beginning of Thundercats, because it was after school show. I got in good shape. I was riding my bike like a madman trying to get home, watch some Thundercats. I didn't do my homework until after Thundercats. Yeah, that was
What's your favorite Saturday morning cartoon, Tech?
I would have to say Tom and Jerry.
Yeah?
Tom and Jerry. If I had to pick something a little more newer and more advanced, I guess you could say, probably Courage the Cowardly Dog.
They're two really solid picks. Return the slab.
Or suffer my curse.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry, definitely. I mean,
all those classic, the Hanna-Barbera and the Looney Tunes, man, the fact that they basically got their own channels and their own fucking spin-offs and everything. It's like, I mean, they talk about early universe building like they've done recently with the Marvel and DC stuff. I mean, there was that terrible, was it Baby Toons or something like that?
Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons. So where it wasn't the actual characters as babies. It was like.
Yeah, they were teachers in that universe. These were toons that were going to grow up into what Bugs Bunny would be. Yeah. Bugs Bunny was a teacher in the show, so was Daffy, and the rest of them were teachers. I think it was Tiny Toon University?
Something like that. Yeah.
Tiny Toons. They weren't Tiny Toons. They were these, I don't even know what they were. They were black or blackish. Animal something Animal Acts, or God, I can't remember the name of the show. Animaniacs.
Yes.
Those guys were funny as hell. I don't know what they were. There were 2 boys and 1 girl, right?
Yeah. Yakko, Wacko, and
Dot.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I thought that show was great.
Fingerprints. Then what? No, fingerprints. Oh.
No, I don't think
she's
I'm
holding prints.
Yeah. So,
no thanks.
There was one where they sang a song and they said every country in the world.
Oh, the state song, isn't it?
Well, they did one for the states, they did one for presidents, they did one for the countries of the world, which you can't use anymore because it's not accurate anymore because some of those countries don't exist anymore.
But it was great the way he did it, though. Mm-hmm. And I mean, every country, I was like, wow, this is...
He can still do it, too. There's interviews of him still doing it.
Yeah, I was just sitting there going, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Oh, I've seen that one, too, where he's like, Libya, Tibia, but
Mm-hmm. It was... I mean, I actually learned shit from that thing. I was like, wow, they don't do cartoons like that anymore.
No.
I learned my threes. I learned my mathematics from threes from Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh wow, Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock is like, they're like 3, 6, 9. 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30.
Because no, you weren't in our school system, Chief, at that time. Did your school system do that? Schoolhouse Rock and Bill on Capitol Hill?
Yep.
Oh, I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill.
Like, I definitely have some like deeply buried core memories of that, so I'm sure I saw them.
I always wondered if that was just an our thing here? Or?
I never had it in school, but I had a Woody the Woodpecker VCHS. And
VHS tape.
Yeah, there we go.
And you played in the VCR.
Yeah. It had commercials at the beginning of it, and that was one of them, was that whole Schoolhouse of Rock or whatever you said. And there was the Bill on Capitol Hill, and there was a bunch of other ones, you know.
Some of those did actually become like advertisements and stuff too. Like, they used the songs in other ads.
They sang the Constitution.
Yep.
Circulation. Electricity.
Yeah.
Conjunction junction.
Yeah, conjunction.
Those didn't know.
Yeah, and I grew up on those cartoons. We'd be singing that. We'd be playing.
I remember that in elementary school.
Singing that stupid song.
No. They have said on here before, I don't remember a whole lot of elementary school and junior high and even some of the early years of high school.
You lucky bastard.
Well, I mean, I got hit by a car, so I don't want to call it lucky, but it's...
Lucky bastard. The amount of stuff that just rolls around in here and just hits at random moments causes the dopamine drop. It's awesome.
To be fair, I think you might be some part of the reason why I don't remember a lot of it, because you held on to it. So I'm like, okay, he's got it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I just let it go.
Thanks for that.
That makes sense.
Appreciate it.
I was like, I don't remember so many of the people we went to school with, because it's like, because JB would always be around and he remembered everybody. I'm like, hey, did we go to school with such and such? Like, yeah.
See, I have that. I don't know half the people we went to school with, except for unless I seen you a lot and I talked to you.
No, I don't have anybody except 2 people. There used to be a circle of friends, but they've either stopped talking to me because I would not give up my conservative ways, or they stopped talking to me because I wasn't completely in the camp of LGBTQ / whatever the fuck. I mean, they just didn't, you know, if I wasn't totally in their gang, they cut me loose, except for 2 guys in that group.
Such the tolerant left, you know.
Yeah. It's funny because I still, like, some of them pop up on my feed, and, you know, friend requests are like,
oh,
I'm like, yeah, I remember you. Do not accept.
It's better if you don't even interact with it, because then they can never send you another one.
Yeah, I started doing that too. My friend request thing is like, I can't even get to the bottom of it now. And I'm like, okay. No, I remember when you told me that, you know, I'm a sellout. I'm a coon, or, you know, or a jigaboo, or all kinds of bad. And these are black people calling me this. This is like,
I kind of almost hope so, because otherwise, you had some really fucked up racist friends.
It don't matter where the racism comes from.
Right.
It's racism, right?
Racism is racism.
It's just racism.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, yeah. Why are you trying to be my friend now? Now, okay.
Because now you've made something of yourself.
Yes, what has changed in the circumstances makes me more appealing to you now.
With your circumstances, with their circumstances, which makes me,
old girlfriends that basically kicked me to the curb. Why are you calling me now?
Miss me with that shit.
Miss. With a huge ass bat. Miss.
I love it. I love the attention.
Yeah, that would be
I've stopped in more recent years doing that, but for a while there, I was definitely a lot of on again, off agains, because it's like I told you before, I don't hunt, I don't pursue,
You fish.
Yeah, I fish. Whatever comes along my way, whatever tugs on my line and rod, it's
whatever tugs on my pole,
My favorite saying is, there's a reason why we broke up. There's a reason.
I was always that hopeless, optimistic, romantic type. It's like, all right, maybe it'll work out this time. It's
I didn't listen to anybody.
I didn't listen to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I paid that price.
I've paid that price.
I paid that price.
And this is pot calling kettle black.
Yeah.
And it was worse.
I remember the outcome of that one with you. So
yeah, it was great.
Yeah. And it's worse each time. It's worse.
I like I can fix them. No.
No, that's usually me telling somebody else that. I don't play that. I'm trying to save a hoe. No, we're not trying to save her. You give the deep dive to a hoe, but you don't save her. You
cannot turn a hoe into a housewife.
No, don't do it. Don't even try.
As my roommate is very fond of quoting, "We don't love these hoes."
No.
I really wanted to, but it never worked. It always ended in heartbreak. Now I have become hardened and calloused, and still believe very deeply in true love, and I'm still very much in the pursuit of that.
I was waiting.
Because I'm always the optimist, man. I will eventually find someone that I will make at least that will at least last somewhat of a distance.
There is the difference between optimism and stupidity.
Yes.
Oh my God!
And the fine line that rides that is self-respect. Apparently, who knew?
The thing that you were missing.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the one.
Because I've made my mistakes, as you remember, and as I know, and I learned from those mistakes. Mm-hmm. I didn't keep hopping back on the horse and trying.
Well, it's what it's like they say. You try again, right?
No, not all the things.
It ain't a Bronco. You can't break it.
I mean, some of them bucked like one, but goddamn. Anyways,
so that is Saturday cartoons.
That is Saturday.
And everything in between.
God, that is everything in between. I mean,
somewhat.
Yeah, we hit all the normal tangents. Oh, we didn't talk about aliens.
Aliens.
We'll save that for the next one, though, because we haven't talked about the newest episode.
I've almost spoiled that just by saying my thoughts already.
No.
We'll save it for next time.
Oh, man.
But for now, everybody.
I got my words.
Yeah, we'll
stay tuned if you want to hear them.
Oh, yeah. We're going to... We'll set the little cliffhanger ending that Big Smoke hates so much.
Definitely ring that bell.
Yeah, ring that bell for more alien stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yes, please like, comment, and subscribe, please. And leave a comment, because I love even the bad comments we get.
We haven't gotten any bad comments.
No.
Any criticism is constructive criticism.
At this point, I think they're just, I don't like this, so I'm just going to move on.
Yeah, I know. They don't.
You didn't feed into the hate in the comments.
I ate a bowl of beans last night, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
What?
He's just trying anything, man. Just throw the pasta at the wall, see what sticks.
Oh my God!
I lost a leg last week, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe.
It grew back.
It grew back, which was the doctors are astonished.
Honestly, that was the more disturbing part of it all.
Yeah, it wasn't that I lost it in a horrific accident. It's that it grew back kind of quick.
All right, we're going to wrap it up there. If you made it this far into the video, please check out our other social media pages. We are on Facebook with Nightwatch Podcast. We have our coffee page set up, ko-fi.com/Nightwatch Podcast. We are also on other platforms as well. We are on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Podbean, and...
Coffee Bean?
No, there's no Coffee Bean. There's the coffee donation
Apple?
page. There's Apple Podcasts. That's
there we go.
There we go. That was the other one. Thank you, Jack. See, worth every penny.
I know. I'll say, hey, that's where, yeah.
But that's going to be it for this shift, folks. We'll see you on the next one.
Adios.
Later.
Bye-bye.
All right. Time to empty out the mop bucket, run the trash, and hit the lights. Go get off my time clock. And be safe getting home.